What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into the Hulk Annual Issue Number 1, 2023. With us on the precipice of the return of the Incredible Hulk Issue Number 1 next week, we're getting a little bit of a side story, with a story written by David Pepose. Recently new to Marvel Comics, he's been working mainly on the Savage Avengers line. You guys will know that I'm a big fan of his indie comic stuff, specifically the OZ, which is known as the Occupied Zone. It's kind of a reimagining of the Wizard of Oz, throwing it into a war zone. Which, if you guys are curious, we are still waiting for issue number 3 to close out that story. But with him working at Marvel now, who knows when we're actually gonna get that comic. But this comic is following a team that is trying to document everything that happened in New Mexico, from the birth of the base to the birth of the Hulk. This is about the town of Viridian. This is about Bruce Banner. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we are picking up with our team. It starts us off by giving a small introduction to each of the individuals. Today is the first day of filming. They are referring to this as the Viridian Project. They have Tony that is their sound engineer. We have Manny who is behind the camera. We have Carla. She is an award-winning news correspondent. And then we have Raylan Grant, Hollywood superstar, esteemed director. And while each and every one of them have their own reasons on why they are here today, one thing is bringing them all together. As Raylan would say, he is Ahab and this is his big green whale. They are here for immortality. They are here for the Incredible Hulk. And so with the documentary getting underway, they start with Viridian. They talk about the town of New Mexico. They talk about where it is located and how the military base has had such a huge economical aspect to why this town even exists. If it were not for this military base, this town would be a ghost town. And we are talking about Los Diablos Missile Base. Dating back to the Second World War, it has drove Viridian's economy for generations, even serving as the test site for the original Gamma Bomb. But almost overnight, the base had been closed down, leaving the residents of Viridian adrift ever since. That's what picks us up with Professor Herbert Weller. He was the teacher of Bruce Banner. He taught him physics, and he knew Bruce to be one of those one-in-a-generation students. One that was thoughtful, that was curious. He really believed that he was going to be the next Oppenheimer. His mind was nothing short of a miracle. And so it was no surprise that Los Diablos had picked him up. A lot of their field relies on some degree of military funding. And when Bruce had survived the Gamma Bomb, he thought, thank God that Bruce Banner gets a second chance. But it wasn't long until he discovered all the truth. Sometimes an act of God can turn to the very opposite. This is where we pick up with a local gas station showing us some unseen footage. This footage is Bruce Banner going out onto the street. A car coming and it hits him. As Bruce flies over this car, we see the quick transformation into the Hulk. He picks up that car and he throws it. And at this point, these guys are ecstatic. This is the first footage that they have found showing the Incredible Hulk. They believe that they are truly going to win an Emmy for this. And as they talk to the people of the town, some of them are more than willing to have a discussion. Others try to go on the religious play, saying that the Hulk is a demon from the gates of hell because they're a religious individual, so on and so forth. Other people say that you are only causing more problems by starting this documentary. Everyone has their story, everyone wants something to be heard. But this is when the team decides that they are gonna break into the base. Ever since the door has been closed, Viridian was turned into more of a gamma fracking site for economical stimulus. The rumors have also linked these facilities to all sorts of unexplained phenomenons, including tremors, missing livestock, even ghosts made out of gamma. And so as they break in, they begin to look around. Running around this facility, they end up picking up the gamma radiation. The Geiger just going off the charts. This is when they run into a man and he tells them to run. We see the transformation, and this is where we have Giganto. Standing before him, we also have Bruce Banner, telling all of them to run. We see Giganto and the Hulk going toe-to-toe. The film crew, they're trying to make their getaway. They get in the vehicle and they try to run, but the entire road begins to cave in, with the film crew falling into this hole. They land upside down only to find some ghoul-like creatures looking at them, and they are all being led by the Mole Man, the sovereign king of Subterranea. But he also lets us know that he's not 100% sure that if he is really that or not. The truth is, all of this gamma radiation has been leaking into the ground for years, poisoning everything down here. The surface dwellers have turned the underground into a dumping site. It has caused all kinds of issues. And while the Mole Man is getting ready to handle the film crew, that's where he gets hit with a boomstick, knocking him clean the freak out. Our team knows that they gotta get out of here, with the night vision on and them recording as much as they can. When the Hulk comes crashing in, that's when the battery dies. The Hulk and Giganto falling into another hole underneath the one that they are already in. We see that the Hulk is trying to drain the gamma radiation from Giganto. Now, obviously, most of the film crew, they want to get out of here. They want to hightail it and run as fast as they can. Raylan, on the other hand, he believes that this is that once-in-a-lifetime shot. We have to get this, and we have to get it now. This is going to win us all the awards. And so as he gets close with another camera, he begins to record. Giganto, seeing him, he throws Hulk off of him and goes directly for the guy. Just like that, Raylan is taken out. Manny struggling to stay alive. That is when the Hulk comes in and he takes down Giganto, rendering him unconscious. The Hulk walks over to the cameraman. He tells Manny that I hope you got your shot, and then he takes off. As we pick up a little bit later on, we are picking up at the funeral of Raylan. They talk about how he was best known as a storyteller, as a filmmaker, but he was also a dedicated student to the human experience. Everyone says their grievances. Everyone says their goodbyes. And in the very back of the crowd, that is where we have Bruce Banner, here at this funeral, giving his condolences. That is where this issue will end. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I highly recommend that you pick up this comic because there is a little sneak peek in the very end showing what will be coming next month. I don't want to give anything away, so we're just going to wait until next month and cover it when issue number 1 is released. All in all, this wasn't a bad story. You know, it wasn't the greatest story that I've ever read. Definitely not the best Hulk story I've ever read. But it was enjoyable. It was fun to check out what was going on. Nothing world-breaking, nothing hugely revealing, just Giganto versus the Hulk. It is a fun idea to go with the documentary series type thing, to pick up with the filmmakers, because that's such a big thing these days. We make a documentary for everything. I can't tell you how many documentaries I have watched, docu-series I have watched. I mean, heck, I watched one not too long ago that had to deal with the guy who won a bunch of money off of, I think it was a Pepsi commercial or something like that. He was trying to get, I think it was an aircraft, a fighter jet that they put up for kind of like, if you can get enough of these little tokens and send them in, then you can get this fighter jet. There's just so many documentaries out there, whether it be murderers, whether it be corporations, whether it just be individuals. And so making a comic that would follow along, trying to document the Incredible Hulk, the life of Bruce Banner, it makes sense. You would definitely have something like that in 2023. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that has happened with the Hulk. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, we have multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.